Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I hope y'all are doing amazing today. So in last week's video, I shared with you my Christmas Eve gift boxes and also my Grinch hot chocolate bombs that I placed in each one of those boxes. So I thought it would be a great idea to hop on here and share with you guys how I make the hot chocolate bombs in case you guys are interested in making some of those for your family or just for fun for the holidays. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna share with you all of the things that you'll be needing to make the hot chocolate bombs, and then I'll jump right in with showing you how to make them. So the first thing that you're gonna need is you're gonna need a silicone mold like this. So I purchased this off of Amazon, and I actually got mine pretty early. I purchased it before Thanksgiving. So I do know that these are pretty popular right now. Everybody's making them. So definitely check out some stores, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, or Walmart. If you can't find this particular mold, don't get discouraged. You can get any mold as long as it's a little bit deep to hold the contents of the hot chocolate bomb. It could be any mold. You can get a candy cane mold, a star mold, heart, anything really that you can fit your contents into. It doesn't necessarily have to be this mold. So just have fun with it. It doesn't have to be the exact same mold, just whatever you can find in the store. The next thing that you're going to need are these white chocolate melts. So I purchased the Ghirardelli ones because I love Ghirardelli, but you can use whatever chocolates you would like. You could use the Wilton brand. You can find those at Walmart, Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, at all those places. If you can't find the wafers, you can always use the chocolate bars. These will work just the same. Or you could use the almond bark. I know a lot of people use almond bark, and you can purchase that at Walmart as well. So the next thing that you're going to need is you're going to need some hot cocoa mix. So I had a big box of these, the Swiss Miss chocolate hot cocoa packets. So I'm just going to use one of these. I'm not going to use very much for the bombs. I think I'm only using half of a tablespoon for each bomb, so not very much at all. And today I'm just going to share with you just how to make one. So I went ahead and just used this one packet. So the next thing that you're going to need are some mini marshmallows. So I have this big bag right here of mini marshmallows. And then you're also going to need some green food coloring. So this is the Ameri color. This is just what I had on hand. You can use whatever you have just to color the chocolate. So the next thing that you're going to need is a microwave safe bowl to melt your chocolates in. And then a small plate, and I'll share with you why you need this later. So I believe that is everything. Oh, and then also some sprinkles. You don't need sprinkles, but you can put them on there if you wish. So I purchased these from Michael's, and these are the red and pink hearts. And I just purchased these because of the red heart. I plan to put it on top of the chocolate bombs because they are the Grinch. So, but you can totally leave those out if you want, or you can add different sprinkles. It doesn't matter. So that is it. And then if you're going to make these, if you're planning on making these just for your family at home, just kind of relaxing and making hot chocolate bombs, you don't need to worry about packaging. So I'm actually going to be gifting my hot chocolate bombs, so that's why I'm going to go ahead and package them. So I'm going to share with you really quickly what I'm going to package them in. So this is the half circle DIY ornament that I purchased from Michael's, and I've actually already got one I've already washed this out with hot and soapy water, so I have one here ready to go. And then I also purchased these bows from Amazon. It came in a big pack, and I will just be adding these to the ornament. So I've actually already taken one out here, so it's ready to go. So that is everything that you'll be needing. And I actually cut my mold. You guys, you do not have to cut your mold. I just happened to get 2 of these molds. It was like 2 came in the package. So I just went ahead and cut one of my molds because, I don't know, I just thought it would be easier when I was making them. So this is what they look like. I cut them down, but you don't need to cut your mold. I just did it for my personal use. I just thought it would be easier on me. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with everything. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take your bowl and you're going to want to go ahead and add your chocolates to it. So I'm going to go ahead and get my bowl ready. And then I'm just gonna add some chocolate to it. So I'm gonna move the camera down so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing step by step, okay? So hopefully I don't make any of you guys dizzy. I'm gonna try to move it pretty slowly and then share with you guys how I'm doing these. So I'm just gonna move my camera down. So I have my microwave safe bowl here, and I'm just gonna add my chocolates. So you're just gonna add your chocolates to the bowl. And then you're gonna wanna melt these in the microwave for about 30 seconds. So every microwave is different, but I'm gonna go ahead and start with 30 seconds and then I'll go from there. So I'm just gonna pop these in the microwave really quickly. So I'm putting those in for 30 seconds, and you definitely want to keep an eye on your chocolates. You don't want to overcook the chocolate because then it would get really hard and it would be hard to work with. So definitely just keep an eye on your chocolates. If you want to start with 15 seconds, you can, and then check your chocolates and then put them for another 15 seconds. I've already made one before, so I know for sure that I need to put mine in for 30 seconds to get those at a pretty good consistency so that I can put them into the molds. So let me go ahead and check it. So I'm gonna add it another 15 seconds just to make sure I get that consistency that I need in order to fill the mold. It just makes it easier to work with when it's a little bit runnier, in my opinion. So let me get these out. So I went ahead and got these out, and I'm just going to mix it around. I'm going to move the camera down, and I'm just going to mix this around. So as you can see, they aren't all the way melted, but I'm just going to mix them around. And the bowl is slightly warm, so I'm just going to mix these and see if they melt on their own in here. I may have to put them in a little bit longer, but we'll see. Just giving it a good stir here, mixing it up. Okay, guys, so it looks like they melted pretty good. And as you notice, I don't have very much chocolate in here. I'm only making one just to share with you guys, so I don't need very much. But you guys, it melted pretty good. So as you can see, that'll be pretty good to work with. So once you melt your chocolates, then you're gonna wanna take your food coloring, whatever food coloring that you're using. And I'm just gonna add a couple drops here. Since I don't have very much chocolate, I'm just gonna add a few drops, maybe 1 or 2. Okay, and that came out a little bit more than 1 drop, but it's okay. And I'm just gonna mix that around, make sure that the color is spread evenly through the chocolate. I just wanna get these green because they are gonna be the Grinch. So I wanna make sure that I get them that pretty color. So there is my green color, you guys. So this should be enough for 1 hot chocolate bomb. So there you go. There's the consistency. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill I may need to add a little bit more chocolate because I don't know if this is going to be enough. I'm going to try it and see if it's enough. So I'm going to use my other mold just to hold the ones that I cut into place. So I'm just going to put it in there. And I may need to melt this a little bit more. I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm just going to pour that in. And then I'm going to pull it out, and I'm just going to kind of work with my chocolate. And this is why I chose to cut it. But like I said, you don't need to cut your mold if you don't want to. I just did it because since I received 2, I figured I could cut one and I would still have one intact. I just did it this way because I thought it would be easier to work with the chocolate. You can always use your spoon. Also, the back of your spoon works really well, just to spread that chocolate evenly throughout the mold. You just want to make sure you coat all of the edges all the way around, and you want to make sure that you coat the top of the mold. So the top, this rim right here, you want to make sure you get it really nice and coated. Okay, so I got one coated. Now I'm just going to do the second one. And hopefully I have enough chocolate, you guys, so I don't have to make more. I'm just going to take my other one, place it in there, and coat it. I'm just spreading that around, making sure that everything is covered. Just want to make sure everything is nice and covered. And you can always do another layer. So you could put this in the fridge, let it dry, and then if you feel like it's going to be too thin or it wasn't enough chocolate, you can always, once you pull it out of the refrigerator, you can always add another coat to it, just to make sure that it's not going to be super thin and it's not going to break on you. Because if you do make them too thin, then they will break on you. They will crack. So, and I might need a little bit more chocolate on this one. And try to use up everything I have in this bowl here. And just coat it nice and evenly. Okay, so there's my second one, and as you can see a little bit of orange on the bottom. So I may end up doing another coat of chocolate. Once I'm gonna put these in the fridge for about 4 minutes, and then once I take them out, you can I'll probably do another coating of the chocolate, just to make sure I got it thick enough. So as you can see over here, I just flip them over, make sure all the chocolate comes out. Make sure I didn't have too much excess. So I'm just gonna flip those over, make sure I don't have too much at the bottom. I didn't want to have too much chocolate at the bottom. Okay, so it looks like this one's pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the refrigerator, and then I'll share with you guys how to make the chocolate bombs. Okay, you guys, so I got those into the refrigerator, and now I'm going to share with you how to make them. So you're going to want to keep the, you are going to want to keep the hot chocolate bombs in the refrigerator for at least 4 minutes to let them cool before pulling them out. So I already had an extra set in there so that I wouldn't have to have you guys waiting on camera. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out the ones that I had in there previously. So these are the ones that I had in there, and these are the ones I'm going to be taking out of the molds and then showing you how to make the hot chocolate bombs. So I'm going to move my camera back down so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm just going to move my bowl out of the way, and I'm going to put this in the sink, and I'm going to share with you guys how you're going to pop these out. So you're going to gently pull the silicone at the top. You're going to gently pull it away from the hot chocolate bomb. I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm just gently tugging on it. You got to be gentle because you don't want these to break. As you can see, I have a little bit of chocolate there, but I'm just going to leave it. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see, but you could tell it's pulled apart all the way. So now I'm just going to flip this over in my hand. I'm going to gently pull the silicone back. You guys, I don't know if you heard that, but that is my stomach growling. Okay, so this is your half circle chocolate bomb, and I'm just gonna put that off to the side. You don't wanna have it in your hand for too long because the heat from your hands, it will start to melt, you guys. So I'm just gonna set that on my little rack that I have here, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull the other one out. So like I said, as you can see in this one, there is more chocolate here at the rim. So you can place them, you can coat them, and then if you feel like okay, you guys, so look what's happening here. So I did crack this one. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work. I don't know if this one's gonna work because I pulled it away. Okay, so this is not gonna work here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna stress about it. So don't get flustered if this happens, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I feel like I already cracked that little piece. So I'm just gonna go ahead and remove it. I'm just gonna remove that one little spot there. So what you can do if this happens, you guys, don't stress over it. Just melt some more chocolate. So I have some over here on the side that I did have from earlier, and I'm just gonna melt it down. So I'm just gonna put this in the microwave. I'm just putting it in for the 30 seconds, you guys, and then I will coat this little area, and then I will pop it back in the fridge. So I didn't expect this to do this, you guys. I wanted to have all of this ready, but I didn't know it was gonna crack. But I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of chocolate and just coat it really quickly, and it should be good to go. So let me go ahead and pull the chocolate out. So I had just a little bit of chocolate in another bowl from earlier. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna coat it. So it's okay if it cracks. Don't stress yourself out. I'm just gonna fill it in, as you can see here. Just fill it in. And then smooth it out. You just have to be gentle. Usually it comes out pretty good, you guys. I guess I pulled it. I might have pulled it just a little bit too much. So, okay, right here, I just filled it in. I'm gonna pop this in the refrigerator for about 4 minutes, and then I'll come right back and continue the video, okay? Let me get this in the refrigerator. Okay, so this is one of the other ones that I had just put in. So I'm going to try this one and see if this works. And hopefully it does, you guys, okay? So I'm just going to gently, from the top, kind of pull this apart. The reason I say to just coat it a little bit more up here is because they're so delicate that they can break. And also when you're putting them together, if you hold them in that specific area, they will crack on you. So I'm just gonna flip this over and gently pull back the silicone. So there is my other half of my chocolate bomb, and it's okay if it's not like perfect, okay? So we're gonna take care of that. So now you're gonna wanna take your plate and put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds. You just wanna warm the plate to where the plate is warm, but not super hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this into the microwave. I'm gonna put that in for 30 seconds, you guys. I don't know if you guys can see my slippers. I'm wearing my little house slippers right now. So I put that in for 30 seconds and I'm gonna check on it in just a minute. Make sure the plate is warm. You don't want it super, super hot, okay? Let me go ahead and check on it. Okay, it's not quite warm. I'm just gonna put it in a little bit longer. Just a few more seconds. Okay, now it feels warm. It's not super hot, and that's exactly what you want. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna melt the rim of the hot chocolate bomb. So you notice it's really rigid. It's not perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and just place that upside down onto the plate so we can get a nice smooth edge. So I'm just gonna put it on this plate. I'm gonna flip it over. And the plate is somewhat warm. So there we go. We got a nice, pretty nice smooth edge there. As you can see. Now I'm gonna do the same thing with the other one. That's the reason we do this with the plate, is just to get you that nice, smooth edge. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put my hot chocolate, and I'm actually just gonna put, and you guys try not to hold the chocolates in your hand for too long, because like I said, the heat from your hands will definitely start to melt the chocolate. So I'm just gonna take my hot chocolate that I already had here, and I'm only using half a tablespoon because I don't want these super sweet. You have to remember that this is chocolate, so you don't need too much of the hot cocoa mix because you don't want it overly sweet. Unless you like it that way, then by all means, go ahead. So I'm just gonna add my marshmallows. And I think I'm gonna grab this one and maybe melt it down just a little bit again. And I'm just gonna pop it on top. Love the way it turned out. Turned out pretty good. So I'm just gonna set it right there and move my little plate to the sink. I'm gonna grab a paper towel. And then the next thing that you can do, you don't have to do this step. I'm going to go ahead and just do it. So I'm just going to take a bottle, and I already had some chocolate in here. And I already had these bottles. I use them for baking cookies. But if you don't have a bottle, you can always put some chocolate into a Ziploc bag and just cut the end. And it's just going to be for the drizzle on top. So I'm just going to take my bottle and just make sure your chocolate is warm enough for the drizzle. You want it to be kind of nice and warm and runny. So I'm just gonna run this under the water really quickly, you guys. Okay, so now I'm just gonna drizzle it on top. And I don't know if you can see this, but this is the smooth side right here. So I'm gonna actually put my drizzle on the smooth side because I think that's the prettiest. So I'm gonna go ahead and drizzle my hot chocolate bomb. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So I really love the way these look. Okay, so that is what it's gonna look like, you guys, once you drizzle it. And then I'm just gonna take a heart So as you can see, I have 2 little hearts here that I already took out. And I'm just going to place the heart right on top of the hot chocolate bomb. So you're just going to place your heart right on top. And there you have it, you guys. This is what the Grinch hot chocolate bombs are going to look like. Beautiful. They're super, super cute, and I really, really love the way that they turn out. I think they just look absolutely adorable. So once you have them done and ready to go, I'm actually going to set these aside so they can dry, so the top of it can dry. I'm just going to move that to the side. And I actually have one finished that I did previously, and I'm going to share with you guys how I packaged it. So here is one that I did, and as you can see, I already put it in there, and then I put this cute little red bow on top. So this is what they're going to look like when I gift these to my family. And then I'm going to share with you guys, I don't know if you remember, but in my video, I shared with you guys the cute little tags. So these tags I purchased off of Etsy. And you can just add these tags with your hot chocolate bomb into a little gift bag, and you have a cute little gift for your family. Okay guys, so I went ahead and finished my hot chocolate bomb, and as you can see, I just dropped it into this cute little Christmas cup. I just placed it there at the bottom, and I'm gonna just go ahead and put my milk over it so you guys can see how they open up and all the contents will be released. So I'm going to go ahead and just pour my milk. So there you go, guys. There's your hot chocolate bomb. And then you can take a spoon, if you wish, and just mix it around. And there you have your hot chocolate bomb. So there you go. You just mix it around and it's ready to drink. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a big thumbs up. Also, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe as well as hit the notification bell so you're not missing out on any future videos that I might post. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye now.